Welcome to Glorious Gab Live. I am delighted today to have two old friends, longtime friends. They're not old. Uh, Barbara Waters and Abby Dresnick, and they are two phenomenal women who, for the last, I don't even know how long, more than a decade, probably 20 years, have been co-chairing the Junior Orange Bowl tennis tournament, which is the best juniors tournament in the world. And we're going to talk a little bit about that and about each of these two phenomenal people. Before that, I want to thank my sponsor, my show sponsor, South Florida PBS. You got to love South Florida PBS. If you're not a member, you need to be. Once a month, you get one of these great magazines that tell you everything that's going on. Right now, I'm binge watching Call the Midwife, but I got a little late into that, but there are so many great shows. And then there's all shows. There's All Health TV, which is a great way to find out information and just check it out. Anyway, Barbara, Abby, this is a big, big year for you guys. And little background on Barbara, by the way. She is not only a past president of the Junior Orange Bowl, she's also been a parade co-chair. Tri-chair, was it? Yeah, right. Chair, our first whatever. Nighttime parade. And then she got into tennis and it was all over. And this is such a big commitment for both of you girls.
Yes, it is.
10 days every year, right around the holidays, when most people would be dealing with their families. And you guys are...
We're on the court.
All in.
Yeah. 1,200 international players.
Right. Yeah. So let's talk about the history.
Okay. So this is our 60th anniversary. So we're really proud. Last year, obviously, we didn't get to have the tournament. So this year we have over 1,100 kids from up to 76 countries worldwide. We're one of the most recognized worldwide tournaments. And We've had top players come from for many years. I mean, a lot of the top names, Andy Murray, he was our first honorary chair 10 years ago. And since then, Abby, we've had many more recognized chairs coming through. The event it started yesterday. It's a 10-day event. The finals will be on December 21st. And we welcome everybody to come out and watch these kids. I mean, you don't know who they're going to be down the road. So we just recently had Emma, who won the U.S. Open. She was one of our winners in 2016. So we have the top names in the professional world and locally in the U.S. tennis.
We feature boys and girls, 12s and 14s. And currently we are playing at 3 different locations. The William Kerdike Biltmore Tennis Center is housing the girls 14s. The Salvador Park Tennis Center has the boys 12s. They're playing on clay. Crandon Park Tennis Center has the girls 12s and the boys 14s out there. So all sites are free to the public, and they would love to have you come out and watch. The finals will be at the William Kerdike.
Typically, when do they start in the morning? If somebody says, "Oh, I want to go,"
between 8 and 9 o'clock, depending on the site.
Yeah, and if there's rain,
then
sometimes they're delayed a little bit.
We don't say that word.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
No rain.
I'm sorry I brought that up.
No rain.
Don't say that word. But yes, they typically start probably about 8:30 and 9, and they run. Can run till 6 o'clock. Last night
depends on how long the matches go.
Last night we were at Biltmore till about 8-9 o'clock, I think, because we had a little.
There's a lot of condensation.
I called Barbara to see if she was going to the parade. The Junior Orange Bowl had their parade last night, which was phenomenal, by the way. And she's going, "Are you kidding?"
I'm like, "Are you kidding?"
I forgot what day it was.
Eat, sleep, and breathe tennis.
From the players and from us. We also could not do this without our fabulous volunteers who have been with us. Both, Barbara and I pulled all our friends, all our tennis, our tennis partners for the last 20 years to come help us with this. And we could not do it without the volunteers.
And this is your last year.
Barbara and I are hanging up our
retiring.
Cleats, as they say.
We're hanging up our rackets.
We've been trying to retire for a long time.
We are. We just, we've had fun. It's been wonderful, but we think like everything else, it's time for some new blood, some new ideas. This tournament needs to have that, fresh
Right.
blood to
Well,
continue on.
you're blessed. Tell us
Yeah.
about some of the other sponsors and how
Well,
you interact with them.
Well, we've been blessed to have Badia for the last 10 years, and he's been the presenting sponsor for the last 2 years. So he's been very humble yet very generous in supporting us. He was a tennis player
Actually,
earlier,
my
so he
partner.
loves so he loves tennis. So
That's
and
great.
he's really proud to be a past sponsor. Obviously, the city of Coral Gables, we could not have this tournament without their generosity in hosting at Salvador and at the William Curdyke Center at Biltmore. We also have Tennis Plaza, which is a local retailer or Floridian retailer. Laurel Springs School, they're an online school. This is their 10th year.
I never heard about them.
They have 40 players in the tournament.
Isn't that something?
So they were really excited to come and watch. Miami-Dade County, obviously, is also a big sponsor. The Orange Bowl. We have, don't want to miss anybody here. We have Nicholas Children's Hospital, who has been on site there with, our first aid needs. So it makes, everybody very comfortable to have them on site in case there's any injuries or whatever. Parents especially appreciate them. We have the Orange Bowl. Fila. Fila has been our apparel sponsor for the last 8 years. And they are also the ones that supply players to us for our honorary chairs. So it's part of their sponsorship that their sponsored players agree to be honorary chairs.
Right. And we've got a little video clip later, but let's.
Yes. Okay. Wilson Sports. We contacted them about 20 years ago, and we said we need balls. We need balls. So they have been shipping us like 95 cases of balls for the last almost 20 years.
Wow.
Unfortunately, this year our logo ball didn't make it because it's on a container somewhere.
Oh no.
Miami Open stepped in for the last 2 years as a sponsor. Who else do we have? We have Lat Tennis Academy, which has stepped on board, and they're always looking to recruit players. A lot of these players are internationally. A lot of them do attend the academies in Florida. So we're very proud to have them. Tennis Analytics, they actually set up cameras on every court and they video the kids. So if you want your child to have a video of their play, they will video that for you. And at the finals,
not only do they do a video, but they do literally all the analytics of the match, aces, faults.
Wow. That's awesome.
Forehands, backhands, everything, all the analytics that go into a match is becoming very
I often
scientific.
wondered how the announcers had the information at their disposal. So there is actually a group of people that does.
Yeah, all the computations. And they're going to be streaming the tournament, the finals live on the 21st. So
gosh,
so that's going to be great. Yeah.
So why don't we play the clip of the honorary chair?
So this is Diego Schwartzman.
Hi guys, Diego Schwartzman here. I'm checking in from Buenos Aires. I'm very happy and honored to be named the honorary chair of this year Junior Orange Bowl. I'm very excited to watch you, have a lot of fun, and see you soon. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
He's adorable.
He is. So thank you, Fila, for that sponsorship, and thank you, Diego.
Is he going to come?
No, he's not able to come. That's the only thing in December. There's a lot of things going on in December, so unfortunately, it's difficult to have someone come in presence. But we did catch him in a hotel room to do this video.
Well, that worked out really well. So. We also have like a little PowerPoint, right? To just kind of give people an idea, background and everything on the tournament. And if you could pull that up, Andres. By the way, our producer is Andres. Awesome. Oh, no, it's not. It was Andres.
Okay,
So-
this is actually our official design for this 60th year. This is on a T-shirt that we give out to all the players.
Oh, that's pretty.
And FILA generously donates all of the T-shirts for the players. So
Do
each
they really?
player gets a T-shirt.
Wow.
Yes.
That's huge.
Yeah,
Yeah, keep
on.
going. Keep
Yeah.
going. Yeah.
Let me know where to stop.
Oh, just
Okay.
keep going. These
right,
are
that-
some of the past
Yeah, that
players.
is a list of our of past players that have played in our tournament, and you can see from Andy Murray, Roger Federer, Alexander Zverev, Simona Halep, Coco Gauff, who's a local
Player.
player
Agassi,
who
Browers,
Everett,
won our
Fernandez.
Pliskova, John Isner, Mary Jo Fernandez, who was our first honorary chair, right, Barbara?
Yes.
Um,
Mary Jo
yeah,
is
she's
the
been
only
wonderful.
player to win both the junior and the Orange Bowl tournament. And now she is she's what, a commentator?
Yeah,
I
she's
guess.
a commentator, right?
So she's always been very supportive and very involved. And in fact, her son has played in the tournament also.
And you
So-
can see
Oh my
there's some
goodness.
very famous Andre Agassi, Jimmy Connors, Chris Everett, Steffi Graf. I mean, the list goes on and on. So this
Andy
is a
Roddick?
very important
Yeah.
tournament
Monica
for these
Seles?
kids.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Maria Sofro. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. It's a pretty impressive list. And, and it's so funny because the golf tournament is the same way. They,
I know these names.
between those two tournaments that the Junior Orange Bowl does, you get the best in the world.
The world, the
Mhm.
best in
Yeah.
the world. The best young
So
players.
for people to be able to just come out and see it for free is pretty impressive.
We think
and-
so.
Yeah. And not only that, think about the economic impact. I know like 30 years ago, the economic impact for Coral Gables was, I don't know,
Millions.
Millions.
10 million?
10
It was-
million
it was
plus.
a lot.
Yes.
And that was before, I mean, now you have 1,100.
Mhm.
Back then it was like 200 or what? Do you remember when it started?
Well, we
years
we
ago?
originally started in the 1960s, and
Okay.
it was just the 12s.
It
And
was
that
just the
started at
12.
Salvador Park
Salvador
in
Park.
Coral
But it
Gables.
was, you just had a main draw.
And then
You didn't
we,
have the qualifier.
right. And then eventually we brought in the qualifying players. So there's 3 days of qualifying. Then we brought in 12-year-olds. So it's grown and grown. And like I said, it's 1,100 players
You
this
brought in
year.
the 14s, you mean? It
We
started
brought
with the
I'm sorry.
12s and now you have 12s and 14s.
14s. Mhm.
And
Girls and
just
boys.
For people that don't know, the Orange Bowl has a 16s and 18s.
Correct.
But a lot
Mhm.
of times by the time they're 14, they're already
Right.
on their way.
True.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot
Yeah.
of them skip.
So
Right.
they skip the
skip
next-
little
the next
lower
level.
divisions.
yeah.
Right. So that's Diego. Some actual photos.
Oh,
of Diego.
great. Yeah. And next you got there he is.
We could just keep
And-
rolling it.
Yeah.
I think on
Oh, look how-
this PowerPoint we ran during our registration, we have just some cute pictures of all the kids.
Oh
They
yeah.
they have a ball at the registration. We take out their country flags. They take pictures with their flags. I mean, it's a
Oh,
real fun time, and I think everybody was really looking forward, having missed last year, to this year, and we've had a wonderful, wonderful.
I bet.
showing. It's fabulous.
Where do you do that registration?
So registration is at the field house on the UM campus.
Oh, okay.
And so Watsco has been, for the last 10 years, they have been so helpful in
yeah.
helping us host this.
Yeah,
it's
that's
a
a great site.
7,000 square foot building. So we have the qualifying registration and we have main draw registration, and they're very accommodating because we have so much to bring in, so many banners. All of our sponsors come
Mhm.
and they have the ability to set up tables and engage with the players, which is very important for them.
Yeah.
And some of these pictures you'll see, we have a step and repeat. We have flags from all the countries. The kids they just have a good time.
We hand out
and
goodie
it's,
bags.
yeah.
Oh, do you
It's
really?
And it just
Yeah.
gives the
Yeah.
sponsors an opportunity to interact
Oh yeah.
with all
I
the
remember those
players.
goodie bags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids love goodie bags. They love anything free.
Yeah, really.
But it's an opportunity to reach these players,
Yeah.
with whatever they have, bag tags, towels, hats.
Now for your qualifying, what does it take to make the qualifier? Is there another step before you can even enter the qualifying?
Well, this year, because of, in other words, we could have a wide open, we've had in the past wide open qualifications, but it
Mhm.
became a little too prohibitive with the amount of courts we have. So
Right.
we've even been very selective on those kids getting in even to qualifying.
That
So
was-
they have
that's
to
what I
go
was
through.
wondering.
They have to go through 3 days of qualifying, and then roughly 16 kids,
division.
players from each of the 4 divisions will make it into
The main draw.
the main draw.
Okay.
Roughly, that's the way we estimate it.
Okay,
So
but say
it's-
I just play on the weekend and I go, screw it. I wanna. No, you
No,
can't
no,
just.
sorry.
You just qualify for the qualified.
We have rankings that we go
Right.
by US
Oh.
US rankings, European rankings,
Okay.
Latin American rankings. Plus, there's a new ranking system that's even used in the pros called a USAT, I believe it's called, although I can't remember at the moment. But it's a worldwide ranking that even Roger Federer is ranked. So we use that for all the players. It's based on
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
their matches over
Mhm.
the year.
But
How they score.
1100. That's
That's just how many are
1100.
That's just the
accepted.
players.
That's just how
Bags.
many are
I
accepted.
know, but I'm
Right.
thinking of just the goodie bags. 1100.
Exactly.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that takes an amazing amount. And by the way, for all those people that who call me and tell me, Gloria, how can my kids they need community service hours? How can they?
Oh,
sure.
please.
You can still help. Call
Come
Barbara.
out tomorrow morning to
Yeah.
the field house.
Yeah.
We
No,
have a
seriously,
lot
give
of.
them your contact
Mhm.
information because
We will.
there are kids out there that could be filling water
Mhm.
containers.
Mhm.
Do you still do the
Gatorade.
the Gatorade? No, you
We
have to
do.
mix up this. There's a lot of
The big
stuff to
spoon,
do.
the mixing
Yeah,
Gatorade.
right. Exactly.
You know, while
Exactly.
we're talking about that, and I already thanked our volunteers, but I would like to thank our tournament director, Jody Steinberg,
Oh,
who
she's
is
great.
also is a University of Miami All-American player.
She's a
Jody
Hall of
is-
Famer,
Hall of
isn't she?
Famer,
Yeah.
yes. Jody is our tournament director. Kathy Nordland is our
Coordinator.
tennis coordinator.
Trust me, that is a big role to be a
Yes,
coordinator.
we put a lot on
because-
Kathy, and we really appreciate
Because
it.
Kathy, we may think of it, but Kathy
Does it.
She actually, goes through,
Implements.
follows through, implements everything. So it's
And
a
our-
lot of details.
And our head referee, Maria Calderal, is our
Does she have to coordinate all those referees?
she coordinates all the
Yes.
referees.
That's a
and
whole
brings them
nother
in
massive.
from around the country, if not
Right.
the state.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So
how many referees do you typically use?
I think there's about 40,
40.
maybe something
Yeah,
like that.
because
They some of them do a shorter shift. Some of them stay through the whole tournament.
Yeah.
This tournament ends December 21st. We take a couple months break, and then we actually by
Start again.
March
Start all
we
over
kind of
again.
start all over again.
Mhm.
So it's
Yeah.
virtually a year round.
I remember when it was little and it was awesome, but I
Well,
mean, it
now,
was
yeah,
daunting.
yeah,
But now with that
Yeah.
many people participating,
yeah.
it just blows my. I remember when you went to 800, and I thought 800. How the heck are they doing it with 800 now? 1100,
Really.
nuts.
And we do want to thank, like I said, without the city of Coral Gables, this would not be possible. And we have, I guess, Robert Gomez is a big help. He is the pro at the Biltmore Center and also at Salvador, and his staff. Salvador's clay courts, so they
That's
have
it.
to like
I didn't even
sweep
know they
these
had
courts.
clay.
Yes,
Oh,
they have to
wow.
sweep these courts constantly. And like I said, if there's rain delays, everybody just pitches in to make this happen.
Robert
So
has a more official title. Robert is
actually
the director.
now he's the director.
He's the
Yes.
director of,
Sorry,
of
Robert.
all tennis for Coral Gables, and I think he has an even bigger title than that.
Yeah.
But Robert is Robert's been wonderful.
Mhm.
You got to remember they give us those courts for 10 days, and their
I
pros
know.
go elsewhere
Mhm.
elsewhere to teach, and so we really appreciate everything
Wow.
that they do for
Yeah.
us.
But that's just. And
Yeah.
for how many years
Yeah.
have been doing that?
Yeah,
right?
very supportive,
Yeah.
very supportive.
Yeah.
And of course, the Junior Orange Bowl Committee, which we are part of that. We're one
Mhm.
of the events within that. And Samantha Jones, who is the president, has been very supportive, and she will be taking on this role next year. So good luck,
I told
Samantha.
Barbara, if anybody can do it, it'll be Samantha.
So, in the board of directors, Fernando Rivera, who has been awesome, she's in charge of marketing and administration.
Yeah,
So it really takes a team. They say it takes a village. Well, this takes a team. So we're very appreciative to everybody involved. And Gloria, you've been supportive through community newspapers, and we really appreciate that. And you've been involved in Junior Orange Bowl we met, we were driving around looking for a venue 30 years ago. So we have a lot of history.
I know, it was like 70s, I don't know, 78,
80s.
79, 80, I don't know. Yeah.
Long time ago.
Yeah. And then they talked me into being
Kind of like, that's kind of like me.
being
but
executive
Barbara,
director for a while. And
you get talked into a lot.
the funny thing is, once you and anybody that wants to volunteer for an organization, this is such a great one. But I'm telling you, because they have so many different events and ways you can volunteer, that once you get involved, you can't. They get you. Look at Barbara.
You can't let go.
Barbara was great, and she finally ends up in tennis. But it's because I always thought when I joined the Junior Orange Bowl, or I didn't even join, I was just volunteering, and I said, do this for a few years while my kids are little, and then I'll continue with different other organizations I was involved in, and but it doesn't happen because it gets in your blood.
I think that Barbara started taking her kids probably to parade, and then became volunteering, and then worked her way up the organization to become president. And then at that time, tennis was floundering a little bit, and I have been playing tennis all my life, and Barbara, we've been best friends for 50 plus years. So Barbara said, come help me with tennis. So with Jody's help, the three of us really took this thing and pulled it out of the trash can. And really, we're very proud of it.
I know.
We built it up into a profitable.
Well, that was the thing,
event.
but it was always a profit center.
It was waiting. It was waiting to be profitable.
There was more potential in this event, we thought, because it's worldwide and because tennis is so well loved by the community, especially because Miami was host to, the Miami Open.
Exactly. And I think much like football does at universities, golf and tennis help support some of the other events.
Right. And we're very happy that we can do that for the other events that don't have the stage that we have.
Exactly. Right. And talking about Jody, but look at JR.
Right.
Yes.
He's just like you. He's been around forever too.
Right.
He's a past president. But Jody's husband is JR, and JR is the chairman of the Golf Invitational. And I can't believe that's in January instead of December. It used to be at the end of December, and the last day was December 30th. And now it starts in January.
Thank goodness it's moved. It's very difficult this time of year to, number one, get volunteers for travel, for everything. But the kids are kind of on a circuit. So, they travel around this time of year. And like I said, a lot of the kids are homeschooled, or they have an online school, such as Laurel Springs.
That's so interesting. I had never thought about that.
Right.
But
so it's that time of year.
Right. Oh my gosh. So what's up next for you? What are you going to do after the tournament's over? Sleep for a few days?
Well, usually we have a big thank you luncheon for all our volunteers. We don't talk to each other for a couple weeks.
Nobody talks to each other
after the event because we don't want to see each other. No, seriously, we're like a family. So, I said, a lot of volunteers, Abby, Kathy, and I, and
These
Jody,
are all our friends that help us.
So it's really a lot of camaraderie, and we're proud. We're friends with our sponsors. We try to help them engage with the players, and they're very appreciative of that. Yeah. So you have to steward these relationships. Absolutely. And that's something that, we hope we've set up for the future. Yeah. And we hope the tournament can grow if possible. Yeah. And just, like I said, it's world
renowned.
Yeah, it's world renowned. It's recognized worldwide. And we're just very proud of that.
Yeah, it's so funny because years ago, even before you got it as big as you did, you'd be traveling outside the United States, and you'd say, mention Junior Orange Bowl.
Right.
people knew Junior Orange Bowl almost better outside the United States than they
And
did
in the
inside.
community,
You
right?
could be
That's very true, Gloria.
no, yeah,
you know-
because we have such a huge presence.
Particularly this year, we really, really.
How many countries do you have coming?
Well, we
Do you
have
know?
it's probably 70 to 74, 76 countries.
Right.
But I really would, I think Barbara and I really want to thank these parents and coaches and kids and federations for, this was such a difficult year
Right.
last year. And to
Yeah.
get on a plane and to go through all the COVID restrictions and to come over here
yeah.
and to play tennis and stay in a hotel and leave for the holidays. We really do thank everyone.
Yeah.
All the participants for making the effort to come over.
You're right.
It's
It's
a
a
big
huge
effort.
commitment. And it's so nice that you're able to video and give those kids that opportunity
Yeah.
to, I love that. I didn't know you were doing that.
The kids were ready to play. They wanted to come
Yeah.
last year, but
Yeah.
it was just impossible because we wanted to protect not only the players but our staff and our volunteers.
Yeah.
So we were, gung ho. We did have to cut back a little bit on things that we wanted to do this year, but we're just very proud that so many kids were ready to play and come out, and our volunteers and sponsors were also eager.
Well, I wish you a lot of luck this year. And I know
Thanks,
it's going to
Gloria.
be kind of sad, isn't it?
Bittersweet.
Yeah, bittersweet, because it's your last year. But I applaud you and thank you so much for what you do for our community
Thank you.
and how you showcase all those talented kids. It's amazing. We're almost out of time, so I do need to thank once again South Florida PBS. They've got so many great things going on, and just to let you know that they've got okay, I told you I liked Call the Housewife. They have
Call the midwife.
Midwife.
Call the midwife.
Housewife. Whatever. Call the Midwife holiday special is going to be on Christmas at 9:00 on a WPBT and at 10:30 on WXCL. That should be really fun. I will have to record that. I'm sad to say, but
Are you being at our tournament?
yeah, right. Yeah, right. Exactly. And there's lots of, with the kids out of school, there are so many great programs on South Florida PBS for kids 24/7. So if you have kids that are home, I suggest you check out what's going on. I believe we are out of time. So I thank you all for joining us today. And once again, thank you.
Thanks.
And
Thank
thank you.
you.
Thank
Come out
you
and
to
see us.
Badia and to all our sponsors. And we hope that you come out on the 21st to watch the finals. And who knows, in 5 or 10 years, where these players will be.
Exactly. So Abby, Barbara, thank you for
Thanks,
coming.
Gloria.
See you all next week. I'm hoping to have another Junior Orange Bowl cheer on board, maybe J.R. Steinberg, to talk about the golf tournament. So until next week, be safe and enjoy the holidays.